Hello and welcome to the FIDE World Cup 2025. I want to show you a couple of games of round number 4 to tell you what exactly happened, who has gone through, and who will be playing tiebreaks tomorrow. Or if you're watching this video, the tiebreaks might have already happened. So whenever you're watching this, enjoy and let's start. So the first game I want to show you is between Jose Martinez and Alexei Serena. I made the recap yesterday. Again, whenever you're watching, go check it out. So Jose Martinez ended up winning the first game with black pieces, and now Alexei is in a must-win situation. And guess what? Jose gets an extremely pleasant position right out of the opening. So in this position, d3 was played, knight a3, potentially going knight b5 and setting up some knight c7 forks. Bishop f5 is a mistake, knight b5, attacking the queen, queen has to move, queen d7, bishop f4, and as you might see, black has some problems with development, specifically with this f8 bishop, and it's not really easy to understand like what to do with it. Like you gotta come up with something. So rook c8 was played, and now knight a7. That just, you know, this is just like a punch, and Jose is like, buddy, give me Kramnik, and bam, because this guy is insane. Like, I mean, he proves everyone wrong again, and he is through to the next round, knight a7. So the idea is, of course, Alexei took, because, I mean, you don't really have a choice here. And now you can play bishop f7, but then king d8, or you can play knight e5 to attack f7 and attack the queen. So I remember once my GM coach said, it was something about that the threat is or execution, something about execution of threat. So basically here you can play bishop f7 immediately, take the pawn, but sometimes it's not the best move, so you gotta execute the right way. And knight e5 was the best choice, and after queen b5, bishop f7, king8, bishop b3, Alexei couldn't find anything better than just to go for threefold repetition, and just like that, Jose Martinez Alcantara. He actually blocked me on chess.com for whatever reason, even though the score between two of us is like 30 to him and 2 to me. I won only like 2 games in our like huge match history. But yeah, he is just he's just an animal there. And you know, you can expect anything at this point. Like, he might go all the way to the candidates right now. Like, you know, all the top seeds are just going out from the event, and you might expect some even couple of interesting names being in the top 3 or top 4 after this event is concluded. Because we move on to the next game, where Radoslav Wojtaszek was in a must-win situation against Levon Aronian, who beat Radoslav in the first game. And we start with this position, and it will be getting wild, because here Levon plays b4, and we are getting insane chess. Takes, b takes e3, bishop is attacked, pawn on b2 is attacked, so Radoslav plays bishop b7. C takes b2 once again. Levon only needs a draw, but look what happens. They get very unbalanced position. That's what Radoslav potentially wants, where both sides will have chances and you might expect a mistake, but Levon is an animal as well. You know, a3 and brilliant on the board, and it's tough to play for white. Like, yes, you sacrifice your rook, so queen f3 doesn't really want to take, potentially maybe wants to take on c6, and then use 2 pass pawns in the middle of the board, because then you might start pushing e5, creating threats against f7 pawn, so it's not that easy to play. So Radoslav actually might be happy about this position, because he got something very, very interesting and unbalanced. And now queen a5 is a blunder, and by playing e5, Radoslav would have secured some huge advantage for himself. And I'm actually not sure why he doesn't play this move, because it looks very logical, because you attack c6 with queen and bishop, and you also threaten this knight. And the best move for black is knight h7 and then bishop c6. And then I'm asking black a good question, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you play rook d8, I mean, it looks insane. And guess what? You don't see the best move right now, but try to guess it. I mean, this move is wild. It's kiddish. King f7, bishop d5, not bishop d5, bishop e1. And the thing is, because I thought bishop d5 and then bishop e1, bishop d5, I can't even play it, I'm dumb, because bishop d5, queen d5. So yeah, bishop e1, and discover attack on the king, and we take back, and it is a win for white pieces. So knight f5 was played instead, once again not a bad move, but e5 was just slightly stronger, now bishop f8. And now e5, and again, look, we saw a position between Jose and Alexei, and there knight e5 was a lot stronger than bishop f7, while in this case he first played knight f5 attacking the bishop, and then he played e5. But in this case, it's wrong choice, it's wrong move order. And guess what, like in chess it's always interesting, you know, you make one move late or early and then it's a completely different game. So queen d5, trying to trade queens, takes, and guess what, he is down a whole rook. Levon is down a rook in a must-win game for Radoslav. It's, you know, it's mind-blowing. The position is equal, as you might see. G6 just because this is just too strong. I mean, that guy is insane. c5, c takes d4, rook c8, rook c2, and guess what? At this point, Levon had a chance with knight c3. And the problem is, let's say takes. It turns out that this bishop cannot take, because rook c1, rook d1, and then rook c3. So the bishop is lost. And if rook c3, rook d2, and once again the bishop is lost. So it would have been a great chance for Levon here. So bishop c3 is one of the options as well, but he takes c3, and once again tough to play. Knight c3, rook c1, rook c3, and rook c3, rook e2. And once again black keep the bishop, and the position is just very, very bad. So instead, bishop b4 was played, and soon players agreed to draw rook b2. So he basically sacrificed the rook back, offered the draw, and Levon moved on to the next round. Another interesting matchup was between two German players, Alexander Donchenko and Matthias Blubam, who is in the candidates tournament already due to his beautiful performance in the Grand Swiss event. And he was playing against his countryman. So knight d4, and this is where mistakes started happening. Bishop a2, threatening d5, and then slowly but surely, you know, Alexander demonstrated great technique. I want to scroll through it quickly just to kind of, I don't want to go deep into the analysis here. He converted pretty smoothly, got into an endgame where he got a huge h-pass pawn, and no chance here. Resignation was followed because h5, h6, h7, h8 is just unstoppable due to the power of beautiful, beautiful bishops. So Yakubov Nadirbek, not Abdulsatorov Nadirbek, but another Nadirbek from Uzbekistan was playing against V Pranav, Badi Pranav, and you know, I kind of looked at the games and I was like, okay, I mean, most of them were equal. I mean, this one is equal, 25th move, so the worst might happen is like probably a draw. But you know, when I looked at the results, I was a bit shocked because I saw all these results that you know, some players couldn't actually equalize and actually managed to lose. So queen b4, queen c2, and it turned out that basically this bishop is horrible and there is nothing that you know, black can do about it, because queen b8, I think rook b1 or rook c1 is actually a draw after rook c6, because now bishop c6, king c7, and you have to play rook c6 and then bishop is unlocked. So you have to play rook b1 and the position is just super, super bad, and now you indeed win the bishop because queen has no moves. Bishop blocks 8. So instead this takes, and then of course pretty smooth conversion. Of course you gotta be careful, king g7 checkmate is being threatened. There is nothing that black can really do. I mean, they can play queen c3, sacrifice, try to threaten checkmate on a1, but then of course rook c8 takes, and this would be a win. Just f3 and this bishop is lost. And the last decisive game happened between Indian Grandmaster Kartik tough name, I can't even read it, Venkataraman versus Lekwan Lem. And this one was, again, I looked at it in the opening, was equal, and we got the following position, once again very dynamic, but black have an insanely strong pass pawn on a3 square, and you know, Liek van Liem equalized pretty smoothly. Bishop e5 takes. Of course, I mean, White did some mistakes along the way, but overall, like, great game by Liem. So takes, rook d4, pawn is lost, and then, you know, it's just very easy to convert this position for a strong grandmaster like Liek van Liem. So takes, and then, you know, it's just very smooth. As far as pairings go, let me switch the scenes here. So, in round number 4, Fredrik Svane will be playing tiebreaks against Shan Sargsyan, 2 draws, Petr Liek-Arjun, 2 draws, Prag, Daniil Dubov. Just look at their games. I mean, those are just wild games. I mean, the tiebreak will be absolutely insane tomorrow. Like, this is probably the best pairing of this round, just because the games are wild. Daniil Dubov is... I mean, he's just an insane Mikhail Tal style player. So, Alexander Donchenko and Yerbek Yakubov are through the next round. Vincent Kaimer and Denis Penko, 2 draws. Vayi Parham, 2 draws. Alexei Sarana is out. Nis Grandelios Pintala, 1-1. Sam 7, Lorenzo Lodici. He is still playing, and he might eliminate another American Grandmaster Sam 7 tomorrow. Maxim Vashelograf, Alexei Grebnev, 2 draws, and you know, Maxim had a tough last round against Vlad Artemiev, which ended in Armageddon. They played 10 games and an 11th Armageddon game. Evander Liang, Gabriel Sargsyan, 1-1. Liek van Liem is through. Sam Shankland, Richard Rapport, 1-1. They is through. And then Yuan-Yi, Yavahir Sindarov, 1-1. So let's see what happens on the tie breaks tomorrow. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know any suggestions, feedback you might have, how you would like the recaps to be structured, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.